Today I'll be showing you how to draw a front profile. I often use front profiles in drawings like this. You can tell it's built by what I'm going to show you. Now first we're going to want to practice circles a bit. So if you draw a circle like this, I don't really suggest it because it's not exactly exact, you know, it looks a bit weird. That's why we use this method where we loop it around multiple times so that we get a nice almost perfect circle. So we're just going to practice that a bit until we kind of get our flow here. So if I think this is nice, then I'm going with that one. Now using that information that I just showed you, we're going to make a circle. Now it's up to you what size you want, but I usually do size like this. It's not really perfect, but you could just loop around or erase some parts that you don't feel like are that good. And there we have a nice circle. So once you got a circle, I want you to draw a straight line like this. You don't have to chicken scratch, just try to do it like relaxed. So now that we have our line, this is basically the head, and that's a line going down so we can make the jaw. Now the jaw is a bit of a hard part. You could either start from the chin or from here. I usually start from the cheek first. So you're going to want to make a line like that, slightly curved like this, and then you start drawing the sides. So if you want, you could go like this. Now for the chin, it depends on what gender. So if you're drawing a man, it's going to be more straight. If it's a woman, it's going to be sharper. Do the same for the other side. And now we have a nice jaw. It's not exactly symmetrical, but that will do for the tutorial. I will be drawing a man today, so let's draw Gojo as an example. So I think we both know that Gojo has pretty complicated hair, a lot of spikes around, but we'll get onto that later. So now we can go for the eyes. Now, for the eyes, you can make another guideline, like a line like that, so that's where the eyes could be. But I feel like it's a bit low, so let me fix that. Now, when you feel like the eye would be good there, this is a technique I recommend. Eyes are outlined by either squares or circles. So you can tell here, I made this kind of circle outline, and I just built off that. That's what we will be doing. Sorry if the paper got folded a bit. I had to like move the book like that. You just need to make circles over here and turn them into eyes. So we got one circle right now. I usually get the reference, so I like distance the space. I use my pen to like check how spaced out the eyes are when you have a reference. I put my pen onto my phone, and I just check how long the eyes distance are. You could also draw a smaller circle here to check it out, but I usually just like try to use a reference. So now just draw the same thing for the other side, like this. So it does look a bit weird at first, and I know, but this is just a guideline mostly. You can try to adjust the space right here, like this. If you think it's equal, then we're going with that one. So if you think this is a good outline for the eye, then yeah. You can either leave it like that or erase it a bit so it's not that seen, because it's just a guideline. Now we're going to use these circles to try and make an eye, you know. I usually make an eye like this. I make a line right here, and then I do that. Just follow what I'm doing. So now we have this kind of eye. It's basically like a circle, but it's a bit ellipse shaped. Now we're gonna draw the actual eye itself. I don't know what it's called, the eyeball. Yeah, there we go. It depends on which profile you're drawing or what style you're going for, but since we're going for a front profile, I'm gonna do something like this. It does look a bit weird first. It looks like they're looking up, but that's why we add the iris right here. And there we go. Or is it iris? I don't know. Now we can see it looks like he's looking down, right? Now I know it looks a bit weird, but we're not done yet. Now, it does look a bit weird and it looks emotionless because there's no eyebrows yet. But before we do the eyebrows, we'll do the monolids, I think that's what it's called. So it's basically like a first eyebrow before you do two. So it's kind of like there's two eyebrows. You can see it in a lot of drawings. So we're doing something like that. It depends if it's a bit too thick or not, but I think that's fine. Then we'll do the eyebrows, which is a bit up a bit. So we're gonna go like this. You could just do a simple line, or you could make it like thick, like actually, if you want. Now that you have this, just do the same for the other side. It depends if you're drawing a woman, by the way. You could make eyelashes or thicken it a bit. So now that I did the same for the other side, we're gonna go and shade the eyes a bit since it looks a bit weird. Just do this, you can hatch if you want, doesn't matter. It gives it more life depending on the eye color though. Now since the line makes it look a bit weird, we're going to erase that so we leave space for the nose and the mouth. For nose, I just draw two simple lines, but you could use the reference to distance how far the eye is from the nose. So if it's like this, then there we go, that's your nose. You could add a little bit more detail if you want, since, you know, it's really art style dependent. Now for the mouth, you can measure it. It's a little bit close to the nose, but not too close. So I'm just gonna put it here. There we go. You can add chin marks if you want if it's a male, so it looks a bit more masculine. And there we go. We got our head first. Now we can move on to the neck. But hold on, let me make a part 2. See you in part 2.